G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is Queen Tested, a video series in Fallout 76 where I attempt to kill Barbara Batgirl and all of her friends during Scorched Earth with a specific legendary weapon. Today's weapon is going to be a Bloodied rolling pin with 40% more power attack damage. Did a weapon video on this yesterday, and the damage was there, but the problems are going to be with DPS when it comes to this thing, because the DPS of other melee weapons that I would have probably thought about using during this series would be far outpacing this, but I'm still going to make it work anyway. It's going to be kind of silly, but, you know, at least I can say at the end of the day that I've beat the crap out of Barbara to death with a rolling pin, so that's pretty good. Got 670 damage on this thing. That is without adrenaline. That's as far as we can possibly push it with Nerd Rage and all of the associated perks. I will not be doing any chems during this video, but if you want to follow suit and use a rolling pin to kill the Scorched Beast Queen, then I do recommend taking chems because it takes bloody ages. Quickly going over the build, we've got all of the things in strength with Gladiator, got Incisor for armor penetration, and Martial Artist for extra swing speed, which is going to be super useful. Radical is there to boost our damage. When we've got Rads up as far as we can, we get extra +5 strength, which 1 strength equals +5% melee damage, so 25% extra damage from that perk alone, which is only 1 endurance, which is pretty good. Got Fireproof so we can avoid the Scorched Beast Death Breath from killing us all the time. Adamantium Skeleton to reduce the staggers when I get a broken limb. And that's just to give me a little spontaneous health regeneration. It's not incredibly useful, to be honest. Could probably pull that out for Rejuvenated for that extra health bonus that you get out of it. I've got Lone Wanderer. Could probably get away with using something like Tenderizer, but taking 15% less damage is kind of useful, especially when I don't have anything like Dodgy over in Agility to boost my damage resistance even more. And I've got Nerd Rage that obviously synergizes well with Adrenal Reaction and the Bloodied legendary effect itself. Very, very nice. And Makeshift Warriors to keep this thing running around to fill up the intelligence points that I have left. Got Ninja for 3 times sneak attack multipliers and sneak to, keep me hidden so I can keep doing those 3 times multiplied strikes. And Enforcer to bring the thing down, so if I shoot it, swings and cripple it, it'll come to the ground and make it a lot easier to hit with a melee weapon. And Adrenaline is there to, pick up any damage that I can possibly get whilst killing off some enemies. Got some Bloody Mess too for extra damage, and Serendipity for a little bit of extra survivability when I'm taking damage here and there. Alright, I think that's everything. My armor is all unyielding, and the arm bits, again, are aerodynamic, so I'm taking up less AP when I power attack. Well, not that it really matters a lot, because all of this stuff is AP regeneration, so my AP is going to come back as soon as I've finished the swing anyway, but whatever. Alright, so we're about 40 seconds from the nuke touching down, so let's just go ahead and clear some ground before we make the assault on the Queen. And what's happening over there? Hopefully they're all inside the nuke zone, so what happens is they just explode when the nuke comes in and I have to deal with them, because anything that possibly aggroes the Queen and gets the attention off me is going to be bad, because the Queen will land in there and it'll be in the mushroom cloud and then radiation will happen. Oh really? Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. So, ooh, probably should just heal that off quickly. Yeah, that'll do. Now, the main emphasis on this fight is going to be getting her nice and... Ooh, it's an eyebot. Okay. Didn't kill him, but yeah, crippling her is going to be absolutely critical. So, as soon as she spawns in, I need to hit her, and I need to hit her in the wings as much as I can. Now, what I want to do is make sure she's actually stuck on the ground as soon as she lands. So, you'll notice how the wings are... I'm targeting them in VATS right now, so when I take a look at them, hopefully they'll be crippled next if I'm diligent enough with where I'm placing my shotgun shells, and if she's close enough, I'll just get concentrated fire to do its thing, and I managed to pull a lucky hit there, and her right wing is now crippled. So that means she's going to land, hopefully. Good girl. Now if we can find the other wing, cripple the shit out of that. That should have done it by now, surely. Well, I'm going to kill that little son of a bitch. Where is that? There we go. Now, I believe that we have crippled the wing. She doesn't look like she wants to get up. So now becomes the time of just basically hitting her in the face. And what you want to do is to go into third person, because you can attack ever so slightly faster. Although keep in mind that you're way more susceptible to staggers. So we're doing 1891 damage, and that is with Bailey, no adrenaline. So what I want to do is lure in a couple of these chumps and hopefully I don't get detected by them. That's something that's already dead. And then we can hit her for 2100. Much better. Only problem is I seem to be missing a lot of my shots. I might actually just play in first person because it's a little bit off. That's a doggo. That needs to go away. And of course the ankle biters usually detect me. That's fine. I've prepared for this. We're back into hidden, so let's not have her completely unaggroed. We'll just quickly shoot her. And we should be closer to better amounts of adrenaline now, hitting her for 2500. Might actually be quicker hitting her like that. No, the power attacks are definitely the way to do it. So she's stopped now, which means I'm going to spam the shit out of this alt key. She's regenerated. She might get one last swing. No, she decides to take off immediately, which is good stuff. And now we're detected and going to get the rain on us and get away, rad roaches. These guys are the most annoying little bastards, and I've got bloodworms too. That's okay. I've got a disease cure on hand. And whilst you're on the ground, Missy, let's just find your wings again. Left wing, that's good enough. Unfortunately, the hesitation was to my detriment there. But whilst I've got a moment to breathe, I'll just do a disease cure so the bloodworms don't kill me, because they're pretty brutal. They're pretty scary. Now she's going to land, is she? Good girl. That's a Mylurk Hunter. Nope, that won't do. Now how am I going to play this? Do I want to cripple the bastard? Because it'll huck some loogies at me and it won't be pretty. The queen is aggroed on something else. I can successfully flank the crab and kill him. So that's good. And now I'm thinking we're at full adrenaline now. Stop moving around, would you, you erratic little bitch. There's some anglers annoying me. I have to take that guy out. The queen is bothered with something else, so we'll just flank around again. I got detected. Not good. And the bear killed me. I probably should have just shotgunned those things. And then I get detected by an ant. That little bastard ant. Have that plasma grenade. I think she detonated my own plasma grenade. She's sitting a little bit too high for me. I got detected for a second. It was a friendly detection though. Oh! It's those little rats again. It's always those rats. It's always, always, always the rats. Have a grenade. Worth it. Fucking fly. Kill that thing. Oh, back in. Don't notice the timer. I've made no fucking progress because I kept getting detected by stupid enemies. Stupid burrowing enemies. Mole rats, rad scorpions, and also rad roaches that just path their way onto you, basically jump on top of you and say, right here, Barbara, right here. She detects me. I miss out on my damage bonuses. Everyone gets annoyed. I want to uninstall the game. Come on. There we go. There's the people that just spawn out of fucking nowhere. Ah, well, there's a little bit of adrenaline then. Let's just hit the queen. And what I might do is just whack her in the face with one of these. There we go. And then hit over and over until I get detected from something. Then it might be time to pop a stim pack. But this is kind of how it's gonna go. Like this. All the time. I can't swing fast enough. And then I get detected because these things, I'm just sitting here for ages, hitting at the queen like that. And then eventually they'll get on top of me, they'll spot me, I'll get killed, rinse and repeat. My fucking respawn time is 30 seconds now. Look, there's another one right there. And another one. Another one of those little ankle biters that are just omnipotent and will find you no matter what. Anyways, we've made some progress here. I'm going to stop complaining now because this has been one of the more frustrating fights. I might be better off with a swing speed version of this because I just can't attack fast enough. I need to get the DPS harder, faster, and stronger. Okay, we've managed to avoid that piss by standing still, which I think Tia has noted you can actually do. And there goes adrenaline. We had 2300 for a little bit, so just wait for the enemies to come in, and then we can shit ourselves. Here they come. That was a Mega Sloth doing his thing. Still working. Still smashing ult. Keep going. Don't stop. She's on the move now, weirdly enough. And might take this opportunity just to toss a few grenades in. Because, honestly, that's kind of my only ranged solution to all of this. I've got nothing that I can do. My shotgun does nothing at this range. I'm not spec'd for it. And although it's bloodied and explosive, which you would expect to actually be fairly decent, it actually struggles quite a lot. So she's kind of in a dancing mood. She's the dancing queen. A little known fact, Barbara is into ABBA, so that's even more reason for us to mercilessly slaughter her on a daily basis, I think. But we're almost done here. I'm probably going to get detected in a second, but no reason for me not to see if I can't. Oh my god, I actually did it. That took so many tries, but you won't see them because the video is going to be long enough already. I might just cut to the death where I actually did anything, because a lot of that I just fucking died. I just died and I didn't do a lot, and then my respawn time was so far up that, well, I just couldn't respawn in fast enough, so she regained all of her health. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. It was not a pleasant fight, not something I'd want to do again, but at least for, you know, entertainment's sake, I can say, hey, I once killed the Scorched Beast Queen with a rolling pin. It was bloodied and also power attack damage, but let's just ignore that part. Just the rolling pin thing sounds a lot cooler, right? So I think you get the idea. I'm quickly going to, you know, just scuttle over this way to avoid these guys, because I honestly don't have a good weapon against them, except that I do actually. I've got this minigun, and check out the damage on this if I light up this Scorched Beast. Completely unspec'd heavy gunner. It's silly. Yeah, people think that limb damage is the only culprit of this weird damage. This one's VATS enhanced. 33% more chance to hit and VATS. Get away from me, you little bastard. I'll finish you off with the fucking rolling pin. That's right. Anyways, that's enough from me. Thank you for watching, guys.